Good evening and welcome to Curriculum Night 2021-2022. I'm Mrs. Stapleton, one of the ASD teachers here at Hoosen, and I'm excited for an awesome school year this year. Just a few fun facts. I have two girls, they're 9 and 11. We have a husband that we've been married for 15 years, so it'll be 15 in October. And then I love reading and I love to travel. Down on the bottom of the slide, you can see a map. We have that on the side of our travel trailer, and those are all the states that we've taken the trailer. So we travel pretty much all summer. And then I graduated from Saginaw Valley with my undergrad and a learning disabilities as well as an autism certification from Oakland University. I also have my master's from Oakland University in reading and language arts. This year, our ancillary support, pretty much the same. We have Mrs. Murphy, our speech pathologist. Brandy, it does say Steenberg. She got married over the summer. It's Lamonte. She's our social worker. Caitlin Kinney is new to us. She's our occupational therapist. And she is taking the place of Mrs. Newer. I met her. She's lovely. She's been doing a great job. She's already been in several times. And then we have Sheila Reddy, our school psychologist. Para support this year, Mrs. Crutchfield, Mrs. Blair, and Mrs. Alexopoulos. We call her Mrs. A because it's a long last name. So here's a typical day, what it looks like in my classroom as well as the other two rooms. We all follow the same rotation. Some things might differ a little bit, but for the general part of it, we start our day with homeroom. And during homeroom, we've already gotten buddies coming in, working with the students. Hanging out, socializing, playing games, talking with them. And then we also watch VH Today or CNN 10. We always watch CNN 10, and if there's a VH Today, that school's news channel, then we'll put that on as well. Once those are finished, we start with our morning book. We go through kind of a small morning meeting just to get a reference of what day it is, what our schedule looks like for the day, if there were any changes. And then we're doing behavior notebooks again this year, which just talk about concepts in the school, out in the community, and teaching social skills and behavior that we want to see the students using. That first hour off also has a writer's workshop, which we use first author. We do a mini lesson on our theme for the month, and then do an example of it on the board, and we work together as a group. Then the kids get their binders and choose their own topic, and I start to rotate around the class and conference with them to do writer's workshop. Second hour is math rotations. We work with our IEP goals during this time. We also do equals math and any life skills type math goals that may not be related to IEP, but we find important. And then third hour, in my room, we do English language arts, which we use 4 blocks. And I'll explain 4 blocks in a slide later. There's 4 pieces to it, 4 blocks. We have C lunch this year, which is 11:53 to 12:23. Sorry. We also are using ULS, Unique Learning Systems, for our social studies and science. 1 month it'll be social studies, and then it rotates the next month to a science concept. For example, this month we're working on government and leaders in the government. So president, vice president, governor, mayor, and what they do. Fifth hour is our electives. Some are in gym, some are in art. They're all para-supported, and currently some of the teachers and I are also supporting them until everybody gets the idea of the rotations. And sixth hour is our life skills, where we do the pre-vocational boxes, work tasks, assembling and using a left to right system, work desk on certain days where they're working on memorizing their personal identification, or personal ID, so name, phone number, address, birthdays, and practicing writing it. Cooking, we do that on Tuesdays. We pick one recipe for the week, and then that Tuesday we all cook together and we get to sample it. We also do media center, checking out books, We haven't yet done this. We'll probably do it in the next month or so. We do jobs at the end of the day. So things like wiping the tables down, somebody turns off all the computers, somebody else checks the pencil jar and makes sure they're sharpened, things like that, turning off the desk lamps, and then recycling. All three classes go around and collect the recycling bins, dump them into the larger containers, and then take them off to the recycle bin for the whole school. This year, I'm uncertain if we're going to be doing coffee shop. I'm hopeful because I think it's a great opportunity for the students to learn to work with money, exchanging money, counting money, taking orders. It mimics working in a restaurant. So I thought it's a great idea. Inclusion. All of our students are included for opportunities and purpose, and they vary in different ways. We work on building social skills, independence, communication, and learner skills. So, sitting at your desk, staying in one area, quieter voices. But social skills and independence are huge with the peer groups when they come in to work with us. We're really pushing those. Students attend lunch in the cafeteria with their GE peers, and we do make modifications and accommodations to each of the students as individuals as we see it needed. So if we find something's not working in the day, we might try a different modification or accommodation and then create a plan for it so that they can be more successful in the GE setting and in our classrooms. Other inclusion opportunities are, like I mentioned earlier, the homeroom buddies. They come in, usually 2 to 3 of them are assigned to each week. We are going to be starting email buddies, which is during our writing time, where they'll log into their email, read the email from buddies from the media and technology class, and then create a short response and send the email. We have anchors, which is a peer buddy system, the school-wide jobs, and then hopefully the coffee shop. So the curriculum in our classroom, I've mentioned a little bit about each of them. We do 4 blocks of literacy for reading and language arts. We do equals math for the math program. Science and social studies, we use unique learning systems. And then for writing, we use first author. So let's take a look at 4 blocks. Well, 4 blocks is research and evidence-based. I've seen so much progress and growth in students with this new program that we started using several years ago. And it's nice because I did come from the elementary building. I did 10, 11 years in elementary. So I've had some of these students in elementary and I've seen the growth that they've made from then and then coming here. And it's phenomenal and I'm really happy about it. The 4 blocks is built for student success, easily modified and accommodated. It's balanced multi-level approach. And it was developed by Cunningham and Hall. It is adopted and adapted for our students with disabilities by staff from the Center for Literacy and Disability Studies at the University of North Carolina. I've had the opportunity to go and see the creators of this program at some professional developments a couple of times, and it's been helpful to have a more in-depth look at the program. So the nuts and bolts, the 4 blocks essentially are writer's workshop, guided or shared reading. Shared reading is more reading to the group and really digging deep and showing them how to look for details. Guided reading is less supported. Self-selected reading, which we call our dear time, drop everything and read. It's about 15 minutes long in the afternoon. The students have book bins. They book shop on Monday, so they take their bin, they choose the books they want. 15 minutes of looking at the books, the pages, the pictures, reading the words if they can, or attempting to. And I walk around in conference with them and read books with them at their reading level to help increase reading fluency. Then at the end of that 15 minutes on Monday only, if there's any books they didn't really care for, they can put them back on the shelf and choose more. And then on Friday, we do that every day. Friday, after our silent reading time, they then put all of the books back so that the bins are empty for Monday. And then working with words is manipulating word families and beginning letter sounds blend sounds to create new words. So just as a simple example, if I had the word at on the board and I said, okay, take what letter do I need in front of at to make the word cat? And they need to pull the letter off of a board and put it on a letter tray, and we're creating words in that sense, which really helps develop that reading skill. Unique Learning Systems is our academic program that we use for science and social studies. It's standard-based. It helps us sometimes determine IEP goals, and it's an alternative assessment in the sense that, again, we can help use the data from that to develop IEP goals because there's a lot of different pieces in there. Life skills. I mentioned a couple things that we do on specific days, but here's the schedule. Monday is our monthly focus. So if it is vacuuming or washing dishes, whatever that is, then we focus on that concept for that day, work on sequencing the task, and then actually doing the task in the classroom. Tuesday, we cook. Sometimes I'll provide the ingredients to cook the meals. Sometimes I may send a note home to see if parents would be willing to donate, which is always helpful. Wednesdays are our task boxes, like the assembly jobs. Thursday, we do our recycling. And then Friday, because they worked so hard all week, they have the movie and prize box, which if you know there's certain things your child might like, you can send those in to me and I'll put them in my reward box for them to choose. And I can keep them separate so that it's just for them. And Fridays during our math, we also exchange all those money cards you see in their binders for copied, like I got it off the internet and made money that it looks more real to them, and they have to make purchases with their money and make change, things like that. So another great skill and opportunity for them to work with money in a somewhat life-like situation. And then they get to enjoy their movie during 6th hour. Just a few reminders I have for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me. You can see my email listed below on the slide. If you know your child's going to be absent and not able to attend, please, if you could, please email me to let me know. And then also the absence line. The Viking Weekly, Mr. Mooney sends that out, and it's usually has all the important dates you might need, such as school photos, assemblies or other activities, yearbooks, things like that coming up. And then I send a peek of the week that gives you an idea of a little, how things went this week and then what's coming up in the next week. And then I also list important dates and details that you may need in the peek of the week. So again, if you have any questions, please email us with any questions or concerns, and I will get back to your emails as soon as I can. Thank you for joining me for this year's curriculum night. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.